Hey folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm the Mysterious JG, and after interrogating the delegate for Blue Japan, Ogasawara, it is confirmed that Aoki and Masato are one of the same. However, the Omi Alliance has been funding Aoki and... So, this is actually exactly where we were at the end of the last video, because what I realized is there's one other thing I gotta do. Basically, I loaded from where I had very first started, because I was staggering saves so that we could do like we did with Jungi Han and see just drinking bits in sequence and get all of our party members up to full loyalty. But their objective is different. Our objective right now is prepare for the assault, so there's something I missed, and the map isn't giving us a place to go. So what I think I did is I need to play a little longer, so we're probably going to get a freaking phone call or something that'll give us the plot objective. And that's what I missed. Yep. I think I... Yeah. Hey, Ichiban, how you doing?
Hey,
I'm fine, thanks. How about you? Oh, good, good. Can I ask you a favor, though? Sure. Think you could take out the trash for me?
hmm?
The trash? I don't mind, but why? Oh, I'm just cleaning house at my place, and there's some stuff I don't need anymore. No rush. Just stop by when you have time. I can't lift it all. I'll wait for you at my place. You don't think that's a code, do you? Some heavy lifting, huh? Guess I'll head to Hamako's place after I wrap things up. Meet Hamako. So there you go. That was the thing that I stupidly, if I just played 10 seconds longer and gotten that phone call, we wouldn't have needed to load this. But I did, and I didn't want to miss that exciting phone call. So now we will start the long process. And some of you guys don't like these videos. I don't mind if you skip them. You don't need to call attention to it. You don't need to be mean about it. But if you don't really want to see a whole bunch of character building conversations with Nanba and former Gomajul head dude, look away now, because that's what the rest of these videos are going to be, or the rest of this video is going to be. So, um, this is not quite right. I think this is where I need to be. Yep, I think this is going to be it. Then this, then this, then this, then this, and finally that. And I don't think I've even got everybody fully done, but I will be advancing people's loyalty, connection, bond, whatever, with Ichiban, but I don't think I'm maxing them out all the way in what I managed to get done. Seems to be just goofing around off screen before getting to this point in the story. Or before getting to the point where I needed to record new content for the Let's Play. That's what I guess it meant. When a coup d'etat breaks out within the Great Wall of Muscle, Kasuga fights to suppress this conflict alongside the now returned Nanba. But to double check, here you can see we've got the full cast of party members now. We couldn't possibly fit any more people onto the screen. But the main thing to do is check, and yeah, Tianyu Zhao, who I guess everyone just calls Zhao, has bond level 0, but he's almost ready to be happy with us. And Nanba is at bond level 2, and he's almost ready to be even happier with us. And that's kind of how you know. So we got Ichiban, what is he, like a construction worker, I think. Zhao is in his default outfit, which is gangsta. Nanba has become a chef, and Eri is a night queen. Because even though it was strange, because he's so new to the party, I realized, oh, bond level 5? Yeah, I don't actually need to use Jungi unless I feel like it. So at some point in off-screening, I decided to have Eri around as a... She's got some good area of effect attacks, especially when compared to Psycho. Although now Psycho has a really good one, but only if she's in the I want to say matron. It's not matron, matriarch job sphere. This game does basically have job spheres. I mean, Lady Luck is a thing that the women can be. And part of what gives Yakuza Like a Dragon so much replay value is that you can play through once inside with New Yevon and then play through it again inside with the Youth League. All the time trying to acquire enough completion percentage to bring Titus back to life. At the end of Yakuza Like a Dragon. I might be mixing up two different games. Alright, so... I can't promise that the dialogue options, when you get like multiple things you can choose, I can't promise I'll choose exactly what I chose off screen, because off screen I actually took the time to break out a FAQ, not really a FAQ, it's a little walkthrough guide on these dialogues, because we're getting close enough to maxing out aspects of Kasuga's personality that like stuff that was really lagging behind I wanted. So like it was like, okay, if there's something that gives you charisma, that's first priority, then style, then confidence, etc. Like never take one that gives you passion because that looks like it's going to max out by itself, etc., etc. So we'll just choose dialogue options here, but bear in mind that when we load the game, that might not be what was said, but nothing, it doesn't matter at all except for like the very next piece of response dialogue from the person you're talking to, and then Ichiban's personality. Ichan, something bothering you? I'm here to listen if it is. Okay, that's what she said last time, so there's this kind of generically supportive things they're saying now. I've been sleeping better lately. It's got me feeling more limber. More limber. I'm gonna come behind the bar because I'm sure I'm welcome back here, right? I'm sure that's not a problem at all.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Just bring me the goods and I'll make you everything from bentos to bouquets. I'll even Chinese medicine. Because those are all the things that exist in the world.
Thanks.
Thanks for not taking me up on that offer. Come again. Come behind my counter again sometime. From the bottom of my heart, I am truly glad to have met you. And no, I'm not drunk. Ha. Alright, let's start, because we got more of these to do. I'm sure you guys are anxious to get back into the inner workings of Nanba, but we're going to have like 3 of these dialogues with Nanba. We got 5 to do with the Xiao, so let's just get started on the Xiao dialogues. Because this guy, this weird dude who, remember earlier in the game, was like, okay, well, I'm going to point this gun at this guy's head indefinitely until you come back with evidence that he's innocent. And like, scenery chewing villain guy, he's now our buddy. So let's work on that. I might like this character if, like, it's hard for me to really get attached to these new characters because we're well over halfway through the story before they show up. So, you know, I might have been more fond of him if we'd been using him earlier.
Yo, how goes it, Kasuga-kun?
He's also trying way too hard to be
Look at
cool.
You're blending in already, Zhao.
You're immune to
You
bleeding,
know
so
it.
you must be blending.
Turns out drinks taste a lot better without bodyguards watching your every move.
What if they're magnificent
Yeah.
bodyguards?
So that was the life of the former leader of the Yokohama Lumon.
Drinking unpleasant
That shit
liquor.
was dumped on me from the day I was born. Kind of a drag. Growing up knowing you had a fucking script.
Well, the nice
Oh,
thing
he's the
about
young
alcohol
master
is it tastes better
of this
if you
game.
complain while you're drinking it.
Ah,
Except
sure.
that that's another guy, too.
Enjoy my childhood trauma. Well, I guess after all the shit you've been through, you've earned it.
You've done so much for this city. Please, make fun of my childhood.
Your dad led the Yokohama Lumon before you, right? What's he doing now?
He died a few years after retiring, right in his bed. He's lucky he never got shot or stabbed.
Hey, yeah. That's a real achievement for a gang boss.
Yeah, I guess so. He only managed it by sleeping with one eye open his whole life.
His nickname was
No matter
Masamune
how you
Dase.
slice it, it's not a great way to live.
With one
I sure as hell didn't want to lead the Liumang. Apology. This shit was always up his alley.
He could have just turned it over to him, I suppose. Well, except that he's really freaking evil.
Lao Ma? What even
He
happened to
would
that
seriously have murdered you to
guy? I haven't
avoid
even
you taking
seen
over
him
later.
since we kicked his ass during the whole Omi Alliance thing.
Yeah.
Don't you know what the Yokohama Liumang does to traders? They use this filling that goes inside meat buns.
That sounds pretty neat.
What? You serious? Right now, Lao Ma is Bao Ma?
That's a pun, I guess.
Hilarious. I was kidding. You think I'm the kind of guy who'd do that?
You got your back either way, you're not the type. I try not to judge off looks. Probably saying no is the cleanest answer, but let's just say we don't judge on looks, because this guy looks like a freak.
I don't want to make any assumptions, but you're making it hard, man. For real. Where's Lao Ma?
I did not turn him into a meat bun, Kasuga-kun. That was a fucking joke.
Yeah,
Hey,
got
I was
that.
hoping it was. But I also know if he did something real bad, you could be tempted to grind him up.
Just tell us what you did with him.
Well, he may not be inside a bun. But I never said I didn't put a bullet in him.
So are you admitting that you did now?
Oh, you're softer than any bun out there. Look at you all worried.
Oh, I'm really into that.
I
man.
just don't like the thought of that happening to people.
I wanted to be
Even
beaten to
creeps
death with
like
melee.
Mabuchi, who murdered your boss without a second thought.
Yeah,
Even
Lao Ma's
creeps
like
like
the
him.
worst.
All I wanted was to knock that guy's lights out and hand him to the cops.
So they could secretly murder him.
But by the time his lights were nice and knocked out, the Omi showed up, and you never saw him again, did you?
You really did kill him, didn't you?
Yep.
All right, I'm bored of messing with you. I didn't kill him.
Oh, had a feeling you didn't.
Why is that?
He's right behind you,
Hard
ready to murder you.
explain, but I don't get that vibe from you. Not one bit. In fact, it always kind of felt to me like your hard-ass act was just a show for your boys. A front you put on.
You're a big teddy
It's
bear.
a little harsh there, eh, Kasuga-kun?
You don't strike me as the type to lock guys up or torture them either. Especially one of your own, like Mabuchi.
So what happened to Mabuchi?
He and I call the same place home. Nothing could make me take his life. But now, Songhui's in charge of the Yokohama Liumang. It's up to her to settle things if Mabuchi shows his face again. He's the reason Komijul's a pile of ashes, so I don't think she'll be treating him as nice as I would.
Yeah, that's actually
Probably not.
it's just
Which
as
is
well
why
too.
I gave Mabuchi the heads up and told him to leave Ijincho.
Really? Well, that's taking things into your own
Doesn't he have the
hands.
protection of the
A
Omi
few of his
Alliance now?
boys went with him, and I forgave the ones that wanted to stick around. It's a hard reset, clean slate for everyone. Songhui was good with that.
As long as she gets to
You
kill
two
him
are
on sight
more
if he ever
generous
comes
than
back
I
to
thought.
Yokohama.
But
His
she
Yokohama
brought in a
privileges
lot
have been
of cash for
revoked.
us, and he was damn consistent about it. The fact that he kept a bunch of shit hidden from us was an issue, but I could deal.
So you knew about it and you just let it slide?
He produced. That's how this
Guys
works.
from my dad's generation were pissed, for sure. Kept saying Mabuchi was breaking sacred laws of the gang. But what did they expect from a sadist in Japan's most famous gray zone? And that he'd have a moral compass or some shit?
Well, maybe you didn't need to be doing business with the sadists. That's a thing you could consider here.
Seriously.
How about we toast to Mabuchi, wherever he might be?
And then I'll buy you a
Well,
meat bun.
He's no friend of mine, but what the hell? If you can cheer to him, I can too.
If it'll raise your loyalty level by one,
we're talking.
I'm down. Level up, bitches. Kasuga feels his bond with Xiao grows stronger. Freaking za. He's like the newbies in the party talking. It's like, man, you ever feel uncomfortable with how close those guys are and the fact that they won't let us in? Maybe we should form our own little trio with Airy. This might be good to give as a gift, so I can give him like, please feel softness. I can give him flowers and shit, but I'd rather talk to none. I really would too.
You drinking, Namba?
Oh, Ichiban.
What does it look like?
Glad you're here. We need to talk.
About how I betrayed you and all that?
Is it something serious?
Look, I need to tell you I'm sorry for lying.
You mean about chasing the counterfeit bill?
Yeah. Think you can forgive me?
Sure. Loyalty
Important is
increased.
your brother got released. All's well that ends well, right?
Oh, we got released, huh?
That said,
He is getting
maybe
married.
now's a good time to tell me if there's any other holes in your story. You really were a nurse at some point, right?
Well, I was
Of
actually a
course I was
doctor.
a nurse. How else could I have brought you back from the brink of death?
I don't know, shamanic powers?
Then what about the
Mediumistic
part where you
power?
sold hospital meds? Didn't you say that's how you got your nursing license revoked?
Well, that's the short version, but it's more complicated, actually.
Okay, I'm glad we're actually going to be revisiting this because he was on a little bit of a high horse for somebody if that was true. So I'd been wondering.
What do you mean?
You'll be the first person I've ever told this to, so I hope you plan on sitting for a while.
Yeah, man. I'm all ears.
Well, hold on, let me adjust my ass here before I... Okay, I'm good.
Back in elementary school, I read about Florence Nightingale. That's when I knew I was meant to be a nurse.
I wanted to be a European woman.
Helping the sick, people being grateful for it.
Helping the
all I
sick,
ever wanted
raising
in
the
life.
dead, driving them little girls out they head.
But when I
Woo.
finally put on my scrubs, it was different. Endless late shifts, difficult patients, never a word of thanks.
They kept telling me that the vaccines I was trying to give them were devil blood.
Eventually, I just stopped caring. Little by little, I started cutting corners any way I could.
Well, Solid Snake has become a cigar store Indian.
I'd pretend not to hear the intercom, and instead, I'd go doze off somewhere. By the
Wow.
time I hit 40, I had no idea why I ever went into the field.
Well, you're over 40. What are you doing in a video game?
But then one day, this new girl named Mizue showed up. And in her introduction, she brought up who else but Nightingale.
There's a nightingale
Just like you,
can sing
huh?
like you, sing much better
the
than
same
you
role
do.
model,
And you
but she
brought a
still
new
had her
kind of
spirit.
love to me.
She would rush toward every patient in the ward. Never missed a beat.
She shamed you into
On
being
top of
good
that-
at your job?
She always had the sweetest smile.
So, you had a thing for her.
Are you kidding me? She was 23 and a looker. And I was just a middle-aged loser.
You're damn right I had a thing for her. Don't worry, but you're younger than you look. Age is only a number. You can still be a player. Don't worry, you're younger than you look. That seems like the opposite of what you want to say. But, let's try that.
So what? You totally look younger than you are.
Yeah, that's what you do want to say. They kind of mistranslated. This is like a Mass Effect situation. The dialogue choice you choose has nothing to do with what's actually said. Because what we were about to say to him was like, you're younger than you look, so you would look even older than you are to her.
You think so?
For sure. If you told me you were in your 20s or hell, your teens, I'd believe
Okay, that's pushing
God
it.
damn it, Ichiban.
it. Sorry.
That was a good one, though. You got me.
Yeah, anyway, back to me.
For a minute, I forgot that I'm an elderly
No,
freak.
that's right. Whenever I saw her working,
Charismatic, the
my
way
old
that we
self coming
made that
back.
dumb crack about his age.
young version of me, who used to give it his all.
Who cared
That's a
about,
good sign.
shit and
If
stuff.
only I had half her stamina and wasn't twice her age. Anyway, one night I was a little sleepier than usual.
I was zoned out, staring off into space, much like Solid Snake, the manager of this bar.
So I went out to the back lawn, thinking maybe I could sneak in a nap. And suddenly, I heard a noise from behind.
It's where the best
Turned
surprises
around
always
to
sneak
find
up.
the storeroom we keep the medicine in wide open, and Mizue-chan was walking out alone.
Was she restocking? I mean, if you were slacking off, she was probably having to bust her ass.
Well, that's the thing. In our hospital, only the pharmacists have access to the storeroom. Mizue-chan and I were just nurses. We didn't even need to go in there.
And she used
Then
a
what was she
special
doing?
cigarette that was
Well,
used for
at the
shooting
time,
knockout gas. 'Cause
there was
I'm
a
totally
rumor
fixated
floating
on
around
Metal
the
Gear
hospital.
Solid 3 now.
Uh-oh.
Medicine would keep disappearing. The list never matched the inventory. According to the rumors, someone was swiping medicine and selling it. Illegally.
No way. And that was Mizue-chan?
It was. As my eyes adjusted, I could clearly see her arms were full of medicine boxes.
But why would she need to sell medicine?
To support her crack
From what I
habit.
heard, her parents were under a mountain of debt. So, to lighten some of their load, Mizue-chan was paying everything she could. But a single nurse's salary wouldn't get them out of the hole. No way.
She was stealing the meds to do it?
She'd need to have a teacher's salary to pay for
I
that.
was the sole eyewitness. Thing is, Mizue-chan never noticed me there. Now, if it was you, Ichiban, What would you have done?
Well, you wanted to have sex with her, so I would have bribed her for sex. I mean, wait, no, that's not what I would have done. Sorry, never mind.
Well, calling her out on it would seem to be the right thing to do. But I guess she wasn't stealing it just to be a criminal, huh?
Not in the slightest. She was only doing it for her family.
They were the
I mean,
criminals.
Yeah, she was breaking the law. But she wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Plus, getting caught would cost her her job. Then the debt would only have gotten worse.
Mhm.
With all that in mind, I'd say it's a pretty tough call to make.
Now you're on the same page I was.
Yeah, but if you don't, like, if you caught her, then somebody else is going to catch her and not be as nice as you, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do in that fictional situation. But you would probably have to, like, let her, like, yeah, you'd probably want to let her know, hey, I caught you, and I'm not blackmailing you or anything, but if I caught you, somebody else can catch you too, so, you know, knock it off.
Anyway, in the end, all I could do was watch her walk away without saying a word. If there ever was a criminal who deserved a free pass, it was Mizue-chan.
Then I found
That's
out
what I
that she's
thought at the
secretly
time.
an evil
So I
weirdo.
turned a blind eye.
And what happened after that?
She
It
framed me
wasn't
for the
long
theft.
before Mizue-chan's actions caught up with her. The hospital director decided to get the police involved and started gathering evidence.
He waited that long to take action?
Well, he was trying to resolve it internally, being that the hospital's reputation was at stake. I guess he got sick of having a thief under his nose. So he escalated it to the next logical step.
DEFCON
But if
4.
the cops caught Mizue-chan stealing, that'd be bad news.
She'd have a police record, and her name in all the papers. To be honest, it was only a matter of time. She had her whole life ahead of her. How could that happen to someone so young?
Well,
On
they
the other
committed the
hand,
crime.
Got me. A guy who totally burned out. A guy who couldn't be further from Florence Nightingale.
Dude, you're only 40. You're acting like you're like a 75-year-old with... And never mind.
Better a saint like Mizue-chan stay at the hospital than
But she was stealing the stuff. I mean, she did it.
a sack of shit like me, wouldn't you say?
Namba? Are you telling me you...
Even the guy... Yeah.
I went up and confessed to the whole thing. Stealing, selling, and all.
So even the guy who was, quote, selling drugs, end quote, is still the true saint and the greatest person who ever lived who wasn't managing a soap plant. I mean, I guess. God, he's got a freaking martyr complex, the poor guy.
And that's how you lost your nursing license?
Yep. No, and I got fired too. Naturally.
Man, you went all out for that girl.
Did
Did
she
she ever
ever,
contact you after that? Even a call or a letter?
An incredible night of
Not that I'm
passion?
aware. In a matter of hours, I was out of a job and out on the streets.
Do you regret any of it?
Well, my brother disappeared not long after, so even if I didn't get canned, I would have quit on my own anyway.
Oh,
So,
okay, they could have worked that into it. Like, I knew I had to leave anyway, so it would have made it a little less, like, ludicrously noble.
no, to answer your question. Though I do have to admit, I would like to see Mizue-chan off when she goes overseas.
She's going overseas?
Yeah, I spy on her
Yeah.
always.
She always dreamed of running off to some developing country where they really need medical professionals.
Is that your ending? Are you
She
going to
took
go
that
off with
Nightingale shit
Mizue-chan?
seriously.
Our hospital had an international dispatch program available to staff nurses with at least 3 years tenure. This year would be Mizue-chan's third, and I know she would take advantage of it.
She could steal
Well, in
lots of
that
drugs
case,
overseas.
Why not go say farewell?
If only I could. For starters, I don't even know when she leaves.
Maybe if you ask one of your old nurse buddies, they'll tell you.
They'll hate me.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the little rat who stole the medicine, if you forgot that detail. They want nothing to do with me.
Well, hello, boys. Don't worry, the life of the party's here.
Okay, she's had a few.
Care to bring me up to speed?
What have you been doing up until this point?
Oh, Sachan. Wait, are you drunk?
I think you're drunk. Now, fill me in, if you please.
Oh, Nachan is just talking about
Namba
this
here
girl he
was
likes more
going
than
off
you.
on one of his hobo horror stories again.
Hobo horror stories?
I thought you said
No
homo
house needs
horror
no
stories.
Toilet, right? Care to guess what he had to do when he had the shits?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And here I was, thinking I'd get actual substance out of two grown men instead of literal crap.
Thanks for covering for me.
With a story
I
about
got you,
poop.
I don't mind if we let Sayoko know at some point, but preferably not when she's plastered.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, it's kind of hard to find a time like that, though, huh? I'm accusing Psycho of being an alcoholic. Kasuga feels his bonds grow stronger, and his power become overwhelming. Well, there you go, folks. I've had a couple videos go long. It's awful tempting to let this one go a little short. So right now we've got our party members. Nanba. So 5 is the max. Nanba is at level 3 now. So he's going to have one more dialogue that's just dialogue, and then he will have something where we probably go to meet this chick, and somehow that involves us fighting people. Zhao, on the other hand, just now reached level 1, because he had been at 0. So we'll have quite a few more dialogues to do with him. And I don't honestly know, like I don't remember offhand. I could find out, but I just got done telling you this one's going to be short. But we could quick see, like, how am I running around off screen, basically fighting in those sewers to get job points. Try to teach everybody all the skills, which is just like a personal thing. I'm a little bit, I'm forgetting the term, but I'm a little obsessive compulsive about, but in fact gameplay wise isn't not really going to be necessary. But somewhere here I've got, yeah, this slot is as far as I've advanced as far as grinding for levels and whatnot. This is the slot we'll be playing on the next time we're doing something other than goofing around at Survive Bar. So not counting any trips outside of Survive Bar we make in the midst of dialogue with Nanba or Zhao, where we just teleport to some other scene. But we had Nanba at level 3 and Zhao at level 1. And it looks like, oh, come on, just load, damn you. Our Caldwell will need strong allies. Ah, reading that text. Push things forward. But it looks like we got Zhao up to level 3, so we'll have 2 more dialogues with him. And Nanba is at level 4, so 1 more dialogue with him. Probably we could get all that done, maybe even in 1 video. Let's find out together next time on the Mysterious JG. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you then. Bye-bye.